Chris, let's start with J.J. McCarthy. This has become one of the biggest quarterback storylines of the entire season.
Yep.
Because, Kevin O'Connell has earned this reputation of, if you're a developing quarterback, this is the guy.
Yeah.
J.J. was a first-round pick.
Right.
He missed his whole rookie season. So, as you've said, this is his rookie year.
Right.
The turnovers with him, though, have been the story as his first year as a starter.
They've been the story. And I think, to even take it back further in what you're talking about with J.J. McCarthy, too, and I think you said some of this when he was coming out, and this is why some people didn't like him. He'd never had the worry about the offense being on his shoulders at Michigan, right?
No, not even when they won the title.
And there's some of that where I go, hey, that's a good thing because he had to play like a pro. And when he did drop back to pass, it was like, whoa, it's 3rd and 8. I know you haven't thrown it a lot, and now you got to throw a strike. And he was capable of doing that, right? But at the same time, has he ever had the burden of the game on him to drop back and I have to be systematically surgical or make big plays like that all the time? No, I think that's still new to him to a degree too. So I think everything you're talking about there, we're in beginner phase mode. We are. 16 of 32 for 150 yards certainly should have been better. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, completions were left on the football field, right? Did he have a few drops too? Yes, he had a few drops, but I would also say within those drops, they're really kind of his fault too. He doesn't throw the appropriate ball. I'd like you to sit out there and stand 5 yards from J.J. McCarthy, and then he throws you a ball as hard as he can, and just see if you can catch it, because that's what happens sometimes. Hawkinson had a drop or two. Maybe Justin Jefferson had one or two where you just go, that ball is ridiculously hard. He's right here in front of you. You don't need to throw it that hard. So that's part of it, all right? So early on, the mechanics were off. And that's why balls were going all over the place. And when I said the mechanics are off, first off, J.J. McCarthy has a long motion. Okay, he has a strong arm. But it is a long, deliberate motion like we talked about in the last pod with Jared Goff a little bit, all right? But it's even longer than Jared Goff's. Then, in the game itself, right? Hey, here's a smooth throw. He started the game with okay, it's smooth, and at the last second, I think you might have saw it. I wrote he gave it the steroid jerk because it was smooth, and it was I got to throw it really hard all of a sudden. And it's what? You're not going to throw the ball accurate like that. You can't go, wait, I'm smooth, and then go crazy all of a sudden and think the ball's going to go where you want it to go. So not only was the ball flying out of his hand where you're that's ridiculously too hard. Nobody's going to be able to adjust to that. It was hard to catch, and it's just not a smooth throw. So that would be the first thing I would say, in the start of the game. And then there's a little bit of a beginner phase of the offense. We were talking about it before the show a little bit, where I just go, it's a double whammy. The offense is kind of simple because we got the beginner training wheels on, right? They haven't unveiled the Kirk Cousins drop-back offense for him yet. And then, he's a rookie, like you said, so that's part of it. And then because of that, right, it's simple. Defenses are all over it too. You got a guy in the secondary like a Kevin Byard or other guys like that. They're going, wait, I've been seeing these plays my whole life. I know I have this little area here, but I see this play coming. I'm going to cheat over here because I think he's going to throw that. So it's a little bit of a double whammy with what's going on with their offense right now too, between both of those things.
Let's take a look at some of this as well from McCarthy because, we're going to get inside the notebook. But before we do, I want to look at the interception.
Yeah, let's do that.
Second quarter, 3 minutes and 45 seconds left. The Vikings are down 7-3. This is a game. The Vikings defense is getting it done right now. It's a 1st and 10 situation here. So what does he see here, Chris, and where does this start to kind of unravel?
Yeah, so the first thing, and again, like we've been talking about a lot lately, deep crossers are the thing in the NFL right now, right? And this is the team that really was one of the Chiefs, Shanahan and the 49ers started all of this, in my opinion, where it's just hey, if you play action, you can throw deep crossers all game long, right? And this is going to be a basic play that we see all the time. Oh, look at this. Perfect
nice,
with the monitor.
fancy.
But on the bottom here, you're going to have Addison, who's just going to run the post route. And then up top, you're going to have Justin Jefferson run the deep cross route. He's going to run a little play action, McCarthy. Somebody's going to go in the flat. Okay. We're going to have Kevin Byard, as you see right here. Okay, Kevin Byard. He's going to rotate down and kind of be down in this area for the back that comes in the flat. This guy's going to go deep. Okay, so let's play the picture here, Pete. Let's go. Next one. Here's Byard, okay, right? We're in it's a man-to-man. Okay, and you can see here's Addison. He's going to release. He's going to run post. Justin Jefferson is working his way up, and he's going to run across the football field. We're in the middle of the play-action pass. You see it? All right, so let's go to the next picture, Pete. Now, We're dropping back to pass. You could see Addison's kind of bending him out so he can then take it to the post. Jaquan Brisker is deep. There's not going to be the post route. He sees Justin Jefferson right now kind of leaning him, and he's going to break it across. And he's going, wait, this is what my coach told me I like. This is perfect, right?
Sorry to cut you off,
Yeah,
but does the receiver have a little control of the depth that they could break in, or is it structured at an exact point?
It's pretty structured.
Okay.
It's around, it depends on what kind of deep cross it is, but it's either usually 12 to 16 yards is where you want to have that happen.
There,
a little wiggle room,
okay.
right. But he knows when he gets to 12, he's got to start, he kind of probably pushed him vertical for a second, and now he's going to snap it across, right, and start to go on this angle. Kevin Byard, who has the flat here, right, this is a smart, very veteran player who's a ball hawk. He's looking, and first off, he's going, wait, I see the young rook, and he's just looking at this guy the whole time. He's going, I know I got this guy, but I'm in position here. If he catches the ball, I'll rally and tackle, right? So he and this is just about to start flipping his hips because he's like, man, he's staring down this guy so much. I just got to be ready for it. So go ahead to the next picture, Pete. Next picture, look what we got here. See, now he's going, wait, the eyes have never come here. He's still staring him down. Yeah, Justin Jefferson's there, certainly, but you could see Byard slowly starting to float back, and now he's going, wait, I could see him starting to throw the ball and cock the ball to throw it,
Look
right?
at the release point.
Right.
I mean, it is.
And it's long and deliberate.
Is long.
So he's just about now to start running because he's like, oh, gosh, he's throwing the ball to him, right? And you can see the post route, no chance for that, as you see here. And then let's go to the next picture, Pete. And there you go. Now, so the ball was a little late, too, on top of that, which everything is almost a little late right now. J.J. McCarthy's anticipation is not top-notch. He's a little bit, I want to see it, and then I'm going to throw the ball as hard as I can once I see it, right? But with all of that there, yes, he had him as far as Justin Jefferson, but this ball's probably completed too far across the field, or not completed, but intercepted too far across the field, and then he stared him down a lot like we talked about with Sam Darnold in the yesterday's pod against the Rams, where you drop back and you have pretty good time and you have 4.5 seconds and you stare at one guy on the football field. Good safeties, guys like Kevin Byard, like, good night. There's no way you're gonna get a completion that way.
And that's the problem, is that you just saw Byard's instincts kick in, where he's like, okay, I can go make a play. We could take the risk here.
Exactly.
He's not even acknowledging.
He's not even acknowledging it, and he's willing to take the risk. He's like, okay, he throws the ball in the flat, like, we'll rally. He'll get 6 or 7 yards, but no lights ever went off J.J. So he was just like, I'm gonna go after Justin Jefferson, and that's where that was a veteran awesome play by Byard and a rookie kind of mistake by J.J. McCarthy.
So let's go inside the notebook, which kind of recaps a lot of the points you just made there. I think the starting point, though, he's just got to develop different throws.
Right. We've been saying that since the start of the year.
Fastball.
It's every throw. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Every throw. So, like, there's no – and even within that interception we just showed right there, see – the ball could have been thrown earlier, but the line dropping backer, he doesn't have the confidence to kind of layer it over and throw one of those banana balls where it's like, hey, he threw it with still some pretty good pace, but there was a little touch on it to drop it over somebody. See, he's like, no, I want him to clear that guy and have a lane so I can just throw a laser 6 feet off the ground the whole way, right? And that's just, you got to have more there. So there's, like we've talked about on Monday's pod and everything, there's no flick of the wrist. There's no touch balls, right? The anticipation is not there at all. He's reluctant to throw deep crosses if he has to lay it over defenders, like you just heard me say right there, right? So there's that. And then short passes way too hard. What else did I do?
Not enough arm angles.
Yeah, not enough arm angles. That's the other thing I wanted to write. Throws short passes way too hard, makes it difficult to catch the ball, right? I think I wrote different. I meant to write difficult. I don't know what the hell I wrote there. And then not enough arm angles. Because on some of those short throws, right? And then, hey, here's a guy right here. Like, yeah, well, there's going to be a D tackle there too sometimes. Other guys, you got to be able to go, and still complete it. Or, and do that. Or, oh, gosh, I don't have a lot of room to throw here, but my guy's on a deep corner route. Oh, boom, and just do that. You can't be like, I'm going to wind up to do that and all that. You're going to get strip sack fumbled. It's just not good enough that way. And that's, like, not going to be fixed right now. That is something he's going to have to do as soon as the season's over and have to go back to the lab with a quarterback coach and start working on things like that. Because, again, to think you're just going to throw – you see the great quarterbacks in the sport right now. I mean, Mahomes has a laser. Allen has a laser. Lamar has a laser. But they can throw the ball and touch the ball into any garbage can they want whenever they want. And he has no semblance of that type of throw right now.
Can a professional quarterback really improve on accuracy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I think
if you're a natural thrower.
That's what I was going to say. If like most guys, it's like you got it, a baseline of
right. If you're a natural thrower, you can do it. Tim Tebow is never going to be able to be a really accurate thrower because he's not a natural thrower.
Right.
He's a athlete who played quarterback instead of a quarterback who's an athlete, right?
That's how Justin Fields is.
Exactly right. You're not going to fix that. It's not a gifted enough natural thrower of the football. But yes, can you fix it? I mean, Josh Allen.
Perfect.
Josh Allen can't hit the broadside of a barn, right? He fixed a few things with the mechanics. Now you're going, damn, can he throw the ball into the keyhole from any position he wants whenever he wants? Yeah, he can. Because he's learned how to marry the lower half to the upper half. He doesn't have his arm wiggling all around, right? It's all connected all of the time. Baker Mayfield went through some periods of being really inaccurate too. And he used to reach, we used to talk about it on the pod here, he used to reach back for more. And it was like, you're throwing it 100 miles per hour. Why do you have to throw it 105, right? And that would compromise his accuracy. So, yeah, you can work on accuracy 100%. But you need the right people to be there with you on a day-to-day basis in the offseason, and then somebody to stay on top of you once you get to OTAs and go, hey, I've been working on this, quarterback coach, and I need to keep doing this because it's really got me in a good spot. And yes, so you can fix that stuff. You can definitely do it, but it's going to take, a good 10,000 reps of throwing the football in the offseason to get it where you want to get it to.
I think Jordan Love is another guy compared to Utah State.
There you go. Another great one for you.
You watch Utah State and you're like, well, I like the physical ability, but I have no idea.
Yeah, the ball was all over the place.
It was just like, it was wild.
It was wild.
And now
every throw might have looked different.
Right.
You were like, what the hell?
Right.
But he's natural enough. And does he still have some work to do? Yeah,
sure,
like we talked about.
But he's come a hell of a long way.
Exactly right. Yeah. I mean, if you're open, he's going to hit you.
Yes.
So we don't worry about that anymore. I'm trying to think if there's anybody right now in the modern day NFL here that I can think of that really fits that mold. I'm not sure if there really is right now, but again, those
went through it or needs to,
or who went through it already, right? I don't know if there's anybody that jumps out to me that I look at and go, ooh, they had to fix some things and all of that.
I think Dak at Mississippi State was more like brawler quarterback.
Yes.
Now I watch him and I never think like he's natural to me. And
he is.
As a prospect, I remember his Senior Bowl. I was there. I was like, man, I like Dak Prescott because I like his attitude.
Yeah.
He's tough and he'll get hit. But I'm like, I don't know how many quarterbacks throw like him.
Exactly.
And
the
now
throwing was not blow you away.
Think that with Dak. I think Dak's phenomenal.
He's phenomenal. He's surgical. He can be systematically surgical. He can make certain plays. He's got different arm angles. You're right. When he was at Mississippi State, that's why I missed on him too. Because you were like, oh, there's a good throw. Yeah. But then you were like, what the hell was that throw? Right. What the hell was that mechanic? It was a little all over the place. But at some point, somebody kind of honed it in on him a little bit, and he's figured it out, and he's pretty much a machine now.
You never think about it with him anymore.
No, and this is one where we're gonna get done with this pod. I'm gonna go, I should have brought up this guy, or I should have brought up that guy. Those are people. But J.J. McCarthy, I think, is natural enough. Like you brought up Justin Fields. You can bring up Trey Lance, right? Yeah. Those were guys that I said from the start. I go, I don't see natural ability to throw the ball. I see a strong athlete who can throw the ball really hard and far, but not a natural passer. And that to me is like, you're not going to, Trey Lance is never going to be that. J.J. McCarthy, I still think has a chance to be that. I see enough naturalness there, but he's got to work on some things as we're talking about here, and we'll see where that goes.
You know who's one that it never gets discussed, but I think has still not made the jump to where it needs to be is Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, yeah, I hear you.
Trevor Lawrence is very rigid and long.
Exactly right.
And like
I can be leaning back and upright and stiff.
Some plays I'm like, man, that wasn't natural.
Well, that's why also. I mean, we're talking about the same draft here, and I know that's the draft I went with Zach Wilson, right, where I know I was wrong, but I was worried about those things with Trevor Lawrence. Right. You know that. I would watch it and go, this isn't as natural and slam dunk and wow like as it was when I was watching Mahomes or Lamar or even Josh Allen, which I think, again, I was like, nobody's good on Wyoming, and he's throwing in a blizzard. So, again, the ball is going to be off target. And they gave Josh Allen the green light in the college to just go, like, carry us because you're the only thing we got here. So do whatever you want. And that made more bad habits from him because he was just like, wait, I did a 360, I stiff armed somebody, and now I'm going to throw it 70 yards across the field. And it's like, well, that wasn't a very good decision, right? And that's what happened there. But I still got hope for J.J. McCarthy that there's work to be done. Yo, thanks for watching, homies. We are now in the NFL season here on Chris Simms Unbuttoned.
Hit subscribe to get our weekly picks, game recaps, film deep dives, and much, much more.
Thanks again for watching. Subscribe, rate, review. Peace out. You know where to find us.